Hi Commanders! In this video, I'll be showing you the top 5 meta comps in Mobile Legends Magic Chess for patch 1.4.72. My goal here is to help you increase your win rate in working towards reaching that mythic rank, or just win more in general. My name is Teeds. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe and click the bell for more Magic Chess videos. Before we begin, in the early game, your economy, which is your gold, is super important. I recommend picking up Chow and Diggy for the synergy Eruditio. This synergy will give you an extra 1 to 3 gold per round. You only need 2 heroes placed on the battlefield for the synergy to activate. If you come across the marksman Claude, I recommend swapping Diggy out as Claude is stronger. I'd like to add a quick disclaimer, there is no comp in Magic Chess that will guarantee a consistent 100% win rate. However, with these comps, if I did not get first place, I, majority of the time, would be in the top 4, which still counts as a win. RNG, which is your chance of landing on the heroes that you need or the items that you need, and sometimes you might just be unluckier than others. This video is an overview of the top 5 meta comps. I'll also be making an in-depth video for each comp separately, talking about the best items, the order of each hero and synergy, and what items to put on what hero. I am currently Legend 5 as a casual player, so I'm pretty happy with how far I've reached at the moment. I'm hoping I can reach Mythic very soon. Okay, let's begin. The first comp is the Dragon's Alta comp. For this comp, by late game, you're going to want to have 6 Dragon's Alta, 3 Warrior, 2 Tajman, and 2 Abyss. Here are the heroes you want in the end. For Dragon's Alta, Ling, Zilong, Baxia, 1-1, Chang'e, and either Akai or Sun Wukong. For Warrior, Zilong, Argus, and Thamuz. For Tajman, it's Baxia and either Tigreal or Johnson. I personally have better results with Tigreal. For Abyss, Argus and Thamuz. If you do not want to go 3 Warrior, you could also go 3 Guardians instead, which gives you physical defense. With 3 Guardians, you would use Minotaur, Baxia, and Balric. This will fill all 9 spots. If you manage to get a 10th spot from the chest, I'd put in either Minotaur for its powerful crowd control, another Ling, or another Thamuz if you have any extra. Whichever hero you have the highest star in. Unfortunately, this comp is weaker against magical comps as it's not as easy to build into Monastery, which gives you magical defense. This is my go-to comp, and I win the most with the Dragon's Alta comp. Your Dragon Alta heroes will gain 12% attack speed and obtain a shield equal to 12% of your max health every time an allied hero dies. This synergy, paired up with Tajman, which grants allied heroes within 8 squares a shield worth 15% of their max health. So you are getting a lot of shield with this comp. Your comp will be able to restore HP by 25% damage dealt with 3 warriors, and enemy heroes will have reduced physical defense by 35% with 2 Abyss. Next, the Mage comp. For the Mage comp, you'll want to have 5 Mages, 3 Western Desert, 3 Elementalists, and 2 Blood Demon, and in some games, you could even have 3 Wrestlers or 5 Western Desert. For Mage, Odette, Aurora, Alice, Esmeralda, and Cecilion. For Western Desert, Esmeralda, Valia, Vale, and Kufra. For Elementalists, Aurora, Valia, and Vale. For Blood Demon, Camilla, and Cecilion. Blood Demon is so important because this new synergy will reduce the required heroes for a faction or role when you're at 3. It will max out your Mage synergy and sometimes your Western Desert depending on who you have, and bring your Elementalist to 4. If you have a 10th slot, you can add Minotaur for Western Desert or Gattaca for 3 Wrestlers. Gattaca is so strong with 6 Mages as a magical wrestler, and even if you don't have 3 Wrestlers, I would always try to fit Gattaca in this comp. I absolutely love the Mage comp. It is so powerful with the right heroes. All of your heroes on the battlefield will have increased magical damage by 125% from the 6 Mage synergy. 2 of your lowest heroes or random heroes will have an increased star level from Elementalists. So if you have all your heroes at 2 star, it will bring 2 of your heroes at 3 star, which is pretty insane. Western Desert will be so frustrating on your opponents because your Western Desert heroes will be dodging a lot of their attacks, and Blood Demon will just tie everything together. Having a Minotaur will provide a lot of crowd control and get your damage in as well as Gattaca, who provides crowd control and a whole heap of damage. Next, the Warrior comp. In the end, you'll want 6 Warriors, 3 Northern Vale, and 4 Abyss. For Warriors, we're gonna have Thamuz, Freya, Franco, Argus, Alucard, and either Saber or Zilong. For Abyss, Tharmas, Arges, Moskov, and Dairoth. For Northern Vale, Aurora, Freya, and Franco. You do not always have to go for Northern Vale. You could go Monastery of Light by picking up Natalia, which will give your heroes magical defense to counter magical meta comps. If you do manage to get 10 slots, then you can have both Northern Vale and Monastery of Light from Alucard and Natalia. This comp is pretty flexible. You could also build into Saber or Dragon's Alta if you have 10 slots. Personally, I don't like this comp very much, but I do love Freya and Tharmas, especially Freya. Freya with the right items like Lifesteal, Tank Killer, and attack speed, she can make herself pretty unkillable, and with everything else going on, it's just pretty insane to watch her. I mean, I'll just show you this clip. This is how crazy Freya is.
I give you that.
I still think about that and it makes me so upset. She is incredibly powerful. Having 6 warriors will mean a lot of healing for your heroes, with restoring HP by 65% of the damage dealt. This works especially nice for Freya with attack speed and lifesteal, as I said earlier, as well as Tharmas, who can be pretty unkillable with the right investments. Northern Vale will provide instant pulls from Franco, an unkillable Freya, and a nice crowd control effect from Aurora, giving your warriors time to take down the enemies. For Abyss will take away all of the physical defense, making it easier for your warriors to deal damage. Next, we have the Assassin comp. You'll want to end the game with 6 Assassins, 3 Warriors, 2 Empire, 2 Abyss, and an optional Monastery of Light, or an optional Cyborg by swapping synergies out. For Assassins, we have Ling, Karina, Natalia, Saber, Lancelot, and Guzhan. For Warriors, we have Tharmas, Arges, and Alucard if you're going Monastery, or Alpha if you're going Cyborg. I recommend Monastery over Cyborg for the late game. For Empire, we have Lancelot and Guzhan. For Abyss, Arges, and Tharmas. This comp is my 3rd favorite after Mage comp. Or actually no, it might be a little bit close. If you manage to get a 10th slot, I try to use the 10th slot for a 2nd Ling or a 2nd Tharmas or another hero of your preference. But Ling and Tharmas are pretty good picks. Your assassins will be dealing so much damage with the 6 assassin synergy, especially Ling. Even if he's at 1 star, you're going to want to put everything on him, especially some lifesteal so he can survive and constantly bash down into the ground, dealing huge damage to multiple enemies. Warriors will provide some health regain, which is important for your glass cannon assassins, especially having a Tharmas around too, who will provide a lot of damage soaking. Even though this comp is my 3rd favorite, I don't have a lot of experience with this comp because I recently just discovered it not too long ago. I was getting demolished by this comp constantly, so I had to try this and it resulted in a really quick and easy win. Lastly, we have the Summoner comp. You'll want to end the game with 4 Summoners, 4 Celestial, 3 Northern Vale, and 3 Warrior. This comp is pretty flexible though, and you can swap out some synergies for less of another synergy. However, I do not have a lot of experience with this comp, as I'm personally not a huge fan of it. For Summoner, we have Zarsk, Sun Wukong, Diggy, and Popo. For Celestial, Martias, Gattaca, Carrie, and Zarsk. For Northern Vale, Popo, Freya, and Franco. For Warrior, Freya, Franco, Arges, and Tharmas. I found that the Summoner comp was one of the easier comps to run in the early game, as Summoner provides more units. Zarsk also provides a lot of damage early, which will fall off later if you do not invest properly. Having 4 Summoners will summon a strong Sacred Beast to annoy the opponent, which as well increase the damage of your other summons. Celestial will have all heroes attacking even faster, which means more summons and more damage. Northern Vale will provide instant pulls and damage from Freya, as well as Popo summon, and Warriors provide some health regeneration. In my personal experience with this comp, I actually was not able to reach 4th place even, or a high ranking place. In the last few games, I reached 1st place I think about twice, and then I reached 7th place about twice with this comp. So I'm not doing something right here, I'm not too sure, but I found that I was just very unlucky with my picks and upgrading my heroes, so that did play a huge role with my last 2 games. I will spend some of my time investing into this synergy though, because I do want to figure out what makes it so strong. However, I personally did not actually struggle against this comp when I played my other comps, so I didn't think much of it, but it's very popular and I see it a lot, so I just wanted to try it out. And that is all for the meta comps I found that works and tried so far. Let me know in the comments what other comps that have been working for you. I will be releasing an in-depth guide for each of these comps, so feel free to subscribe and click the bell to be notified when it's up. I thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you again for the next one. Bye!